Hi guys, I'm Marcleo G. Martinez from BSMD2C. I'm explaining to you the Marpol Annex 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Marpol 7378 seeks to reduce marine pollution, including oil dumping and exhaust pollution, to conserve the maritime environment by the complete eradication of contamination by oil and other dangerous substances and the minimization of unintentional discharge of such pollutants. Is the organization's declared goal. The purpose of Marpol Annex 1, which went into effect on October 2, 1983, is to preserve the marine environment by completely eradicating pollution caused by oil and other harmful elements, and reducing the likelihood of any such elements accidentally discharging. The most crucial clause of Marpol Annex 1 is found in Marpol 78 rule. It addresses marine pollution brought on by oil spills or other marine discharges. The law was created to reduce harm to the marine environment brought on by leaks or unintentional oil spill. Although there was a local regulation in place at the time that prevent this kind of oil discharge, it was the first one to be effective globally. Oil spreads swiftly on top of water unlike anything else, since it is immersible and has a low density. Once it enters to the sea, it spreads more and more and time goes on, so adversely harming the region's ecosystem. The food chain and coastal plains are significantly more affected because the majority of carried oil is highly poisonous and dangerous. To lessen and contain the environmental damage caused, such significant international law was necessary. On board, it is the responsibility of the fellow seafarers to follow the rules described under Marpol Annex 1. It came into effect on 2nd October 1983, containing 7 chapters dealing with the aspects of oil pollution. The Marpol Annex 2 prohibits the discharge of noxious liquid substance into the sea, except when they are discharged under the provisions started into these various regulations. This discharge criteria includes various parameters such as the discharge is not done in the special areas specified under the regulation. Marpol Annex 2 is the regulation for the control of pollution by noxious liquid substance in bulk that came into effect on April 6, 1987. It is another important Marpol regulation in a series of 6 that protects the marine environment and safeguards its ecosystem. As the volume of chemicals carried by the ship increases by the late 60s and accidents such as collision grounding become more common. This regulation was introduced in 1983 to safeguard the marine environment from the elevated risk of chemical pollution by noxious liquid substances carried in bulk. The regulation aims at pollution prevention from the ship during operations and accidents. Around 250 odd chemicals are included in the list subjected to this regulation under various subcategories X, Y, and Z. Marpol Annex 2 or Regulation for the Control of Pollution by Noxious Liquid Substance in Bulk comprises 8 chapters containing 18 major regulations. Further, it also sets standards for the construction of chemical tankers. The discharge of noxious substance is only allowed to reception facilities ashore and not into the sea. Annex 3, Marpol 7378. Harmful substances carried at sea package form. This annex came into force internationally on 1st July 1992. It contains regulations which include requirements on packaging, marking, labeling, documentation, storage, and quantity limitations. Chemicals which carried in pack form of solid form of bulk are regulated by a part of SOLAS Chapter 7. Carriage of dangerous goods, which includes provisions for the classification, packing, marking, labeling, placarding, documentation, and storage of dangerous goods. Marpol Annex 3 is also sets out regulations for the prevention of pollution by harmful substances by packaging requirements showing detailed standards or packing, marking, labeling, storage and quantity limitation, exception and notification for preventing pollution by harmful substances. Both SOLAS and Marpol refer to International Maritime and Dangerous Goods, or IMDG code, which was developed by IMO as one uniform international code for the transport of dangerous goods by sea. On April 6, 1987, Marpol Annex 2 became a regulation for the management of pollution by toxic liquid substance in bulk. Another crucial Marpol regulation is a set of 6 that safeguards marine environment from this one. The items listed in the IMDG code as marine pollutants are considered harmful substances for the purposes of Annex 3. The Worldwide Maritime Dangerous Goods (IMDG) code, created by the IMO as a standard international code for the transportation of hazardous and materials by sea, is referred to by both SOLAS and MARPOL.